Hey there. Good to see you. This whole developing and leading your dream practice. This leaving the crowd, leaving the herd, doing it your way thing that I speak of seems so glamorous. And the results are. And it's fun. And it's really deeply internally. Yes. This is what I was working for when I went to school. This is what I was dreaming of when I was 5. This is how I imagined it that this could be. And the satisfaction deep within of creating that, the freedom, the comfort of seeing that imagination be made real, knowing that you did that is worth the doing. And I remember hearing leaders say this, and I remember hearing teachers say this, and I thought they were crazy, and I didn't get it. But there's this moment where you jump off the precipice, right? And you can feel this moment where you're about to leave the crowd, where you're about to up level, where it's this like jump off a cliff moment. And you know there's something different coming, and you know that this is one of those choice points. And these leaders said that if I had known when I said yes, all of what I was saying yes to, I don't know that I would have chosen it. But the thing is, you see, you don't choose it all at once. You choose it little bit after little bit. You say yes one time and then you say yes again. And then you say yes again. I actually had a spiritual person in my world have me, one of my like homework assignments was to write yes all the different ways. Write it in the sand, write it in the dirt, write it in the snow, write it in the dust on your car. In I'm sanding some cabinets in the kitchen. Write it in wood, the sawdust. Write it on windows, write it on mirrors, write it on whatever napkins you can. You say yes one step at a time. And you deal with the challenges that go with that individually. Where I am now, could I say that looking back as a whole, I would have dealt with some of those challenges? No, necessarily. And yes, because I knew that this was possible. And I knew that this was what I was saying yes to. This dream that I had, that's where the pre-leadership work, that conviction work, that having that clear vision, that allowing yourself to imagine, that daring to dream, that knowing how impactful you are in your own world is so critical because you will let people down and you will piss people off and you will take paths that people think are crazy and you will probably think that you are crazy along the way and wonder if you let you down and wonder if you could ever do it and wonder if you should have even started in the first place and wonder how you're going to ever get there. And you're going to feel like you failed so many times. And the surface level comfort, this outside of the pearl comfort, is not comfortable. But starting to get rid of some of those coping mechanisms and starting to get rid of some of the layers of the numbing and the placating and the making pretty means it gets ugly, means that it's messy. But healthcare isn't pretty, is it? Yes, we whitewash the walls and yes, we bleach the floors, but there's piss and puke and poop everywhere. There's bones and toes and bodily fluids. There's stuff, right? We're in it with them. It's not pretty. We can try to whitewash this shit, but it's not. And I don't want to do that with this process for you either. This is navigating the shades of gray. This is you choosing in each moment, not from the 5 choices you get in your word processing document, but from the infinite number of choices that there are. This is you supporting you now with one way, but you're creating a new thing. So this is you developing a whole new way, that conviction in you, that choosing you time after time after time, that looking at every story, every belief, every idea, every "this is the way it's done" statement that you've ever heard, that you ever agreed with, that you ever thought, "Yeah, yeah, that's the way it's done." Whether this has been 70 plus years of leadership doing it the same way in healthcare, whether this is stories from your family, beliefs from, and these are deep. These are deep, buried down in their stories. It is the sand that is in the pearl. It is the core of the thing. Getting to that at first is not comfortable. It becomes, "Oh, there's another one. Okay, cool. We get to do this again. We get to unlock even more." But when you first start this, your world is turning upside down and inside out. You know some of this, you've done some of this work already. You won't be here. You won't be attracted to, you won't be magnetized into all these fancy words. You won't be here if you weren't ready to do this work. If it wasn't time in your gut, in your soul to say yes to you, you wouldn't be watching my programs and my posts and in my world. So it is time for you to be here. I'm not for everyone. Not everyone is looking to go to that level. If I There were so many times I asked myself, why can't I just be happy on the surface? Why can't I just stay out there? Why do I always have to be the one to ask so damned many questions and to go so deep? But you are that one too. Get it. You understand. You're ready to go there. You want to take control of your life back. You want to take this personal power, this realizing how influential you are in your own life, this responsibility for your own experience. Because when you take responsibility for it, then you can shift it. So it's getting to this core, it is getting to this sand in the pearl, freaking pearls in healthcare. They drove me crazy. Don't give me your PR. Don't give me your way to spin it. Don't give me your pretty glossed over crap. I want the real. I want the middle. I want the most interior belief, idea, theme. Because then when we shift that, that shifts that when you get that deep comfortable down within, when you get that irritant out of the way, that grain of sand, then no longer do you need to make it pretty. It just is. So then when someone says you've disappointed them or you're doing it the wrong way, or all of those countless times you question you also know that you got this. You also know that no matter what, that it becomes the deeply comfortable thing, that no longer can you pretend and go along doing it some way that's not true for you, that doing it the authentic way, that providing for and protecting for you becomes the only way. And sometimes you push yourself into this because you've taken so many different jobs that your CV is so choppy because you've been looking for the place, because you kept looking out there instead of realizing it's within you. Because the only way becomes to do it your way. We'll see you soon.